now we have a double Crash of the Titans with two ends, Nova and Namor. And if you guys knew how many times it took for me to attempt to record these videos here, you'd be like, oh my gosh. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get into these crashes. Nova, red, yellow, black user. His red ability is a two-parter. The first one's takeoff, which costs 6 red AP, and what it'll do, it'll create three basic, well, convert three basic black tiles into strike tiles, and that's all. That's all, folks. His second portion of the power, once you have at least one friendly black strike tile on the board, is called Rocket Man, a la Elton John. And what it'll do, it'll send us airborne for 2 turns, and then while we're airborne, Nova can do all of his shenanigans, make matches, etc. And then when we come back down from outer space or wherever it is he sends us from, damage is dealt to us. His yellow ability, I aptly call it pew pew pew, but what it'll do, if Nova had allies in the fight, it would give him the ability to create black strike tiles on, those black basic tiles, and then obviously he'll do damage to us as well. But the damage portion still is going to happen regardless of the fact that he doesn't have any allies. And then the black ability, this one here costs 9. It'll create black strike tiles, just like all of his other abilities. And then if he happens to have enough black strike tiles on the board when he activates it again, so he needs at least 5 in order for the second portion to activate. If that happens, then he'll remove all of those he'll remove all those friendly strike tiles and deal damage to us. His affiliations, for those that care, I'm not gonna be able to remember them all. Heroes, Avengers, Champions, Team, Cap, Enhanced, Guardians of the Galaxy. If I missed one, I'm sorry. So we got Super-Skrull here. Blue, I'm about to call his green, red, and purple user. It'd be kind of messed up if he did have a red, but whatever. So his blue ability is Manifest Entity, and what it is just the powers of the Fantastic Four. So for 7 blue, you can either create some invisibility tiles targeting Super-Skrull, and if they're matched away, deal damage to the target, which we probably will be using. Or if you're a low level Super-Skrull, you'll probably be using that ability. Absolutely Fantastic is his second choice of powers, and what it will do, it will create protect tiles, and then replacing any enemy strike, attack, or protect tiles before basic tiles. So that will come in handy if Nova happens to get any strike tiles on the board that we can't necessarily match away. The next one is the new hotness. This is the Human Torch, and it'll create a 1-turn red repeater tile that creates attack tiles. And then finally, the next big thing, because he's Brock Lesnar, it will deal damage to the target 3 times, and then if the power happens to down an opponent, then it'll create 3 black attack tiles. Now hopefully we won't have to need that portion of the power to activate, because it's kind of redundant. Force Multiplier is his green ability, or their green ability, and what it'll do, it destroys a random 3x3 block of tiles deals damage to the enemy team. And then if any friendly special tiles happen to be destroyed, there are some effects. For each one that's destroyed, destroy an additional basic blue tile on the board, generating AP for those tiles and deal damage a max of 5. So this is one of those abilities that, hey, when it happens to hit a special tile, you'll actually generate AP behind it. And then inevitable betrayal, probably one of my favorite purple abilities because of some of the things that it will do. So this one here, it creates a 3-turn countdown tile that transforms Super-Skrull into the enemy. It steals a burst of health from the target's allies each turn, which we have no allies, so we'll get a free burst of health. And then when the countdown tile expires, then it steals strike, attack, or protect tiles from the enemy team. And then passively, anytime the enemy team fires a power while Super-Skrull is shapeshifted. Again, there are some effects. Improve 3 random friendly strike, attack, or protect tiles by the listed amount. And then the higher levels, higher burst of health, stealing more strike tiles and improving more strike, attack, and protect tiles. Affiliations for those that care about Super-Skrull, villains, cosmic, enhanced, non-humans. Alright, so strategy with Super-Skrull, simple. Let's chase after blue. Use the Invisible Woman's blue power because that's going to make us invisible. We need to protect those invisibility tiles so that Nova can't fire off his yellow. Obviously, it's not going to do any damage to us while we're invisible, so that's a good thing. Secondly, once we're invisible, we can't be put in airborne status. So that's the reason why we're chasing after blue. Alternatively, if you don't want to use the that strategy there about going invisible, you could, I don't know, you could probably use his purple ability to try and steal some of those strike tiles from Nova so that he can't send us airborne and all that good stuff. So again, as per usual, neutral boost so that we don't have any unfair advantages against Nova. Oh man, well, you would happen to get that that there. Can't be too mad because, well, at least now he's going to be he's not going to send us airborne. He's going to just start the process of the airborne stuff. Alright, there will be Nova Blast pretty soon. Pew pew pew. Again, deals damage to us but doesn't create any enemy strike, attack, or any strike tiles. So again, that's a good thing. I don't want to drop that there down because that's gonna give him an opportunity to get red. So let's avoid that there at all cost. And he still got his red anyways. Well, now we're stuck for 2 turns. Nova, do your thing. Now we come back. Now we come back down. Yeah, let's deny that there. So at least it's takeoff. Man, no, I don't want to mess it there, but I don't think I got much of a choice because it's good. Oh, well, okay, that'll work too. All right, now we stop taking damage for a while. Let's go that way. Again, you can't do anything to us, Nova. Cool, we'll take that. Deals damage. I'll go this way. Again, you can fire that they're off. Now give me them strike tiles. Go purple again. Again, Rocket Man doesn't work against us because we are invisible. Now hit him with that manifest entity and boom. Again, I probably could have ended it a turn later, but I just wanted to really, I'm not gonna say goof off, but I wanted to make sure he didn't activate any shenanigans. Alright. Namor, Submariner, black, purple, and green user. Though, you know, those are not his colors as listed. I actually go to my Namor because again, I forget the cost of his abilities, but I know what they do. Namor's Mercy is 10, deals damage to the target, and then we gain 4 AP and our strongest color. Okay. Yes, I'll finally do it for this video here. Imperatus Rex! It costs 12. It deals damage to the enemy team for each blue tile that's on the board. Then destroys a random set of tiles in the shape of the trident. Hang on. Yeah, in the shape of the trident right there. Alright. And then Atlantis attacks cost 9. Converts basic tiles to fortified blue tiles. And then if there's at least 10 or more blue tiles on the board, then deals damage to the enemy team. Alright. That's Namor in a nutshell. Affiliations don't really matter because, you know, his power doesn't have any. His powers don't have any affiliations. All right, our strategy here with Namor, believe it or not, we need a lot of blue tiles on the board. The reason why we need blue tiles on the board, so that we can activate our blue ability to go invisible again. Well, sadly, we can't just rely on invisibility because Namor has his green ability, which will go through our invisibility. So that's a problem. So we need to deny green. Luckily for us, we can use green, so that's going to be a boon for us. Deny black. Again, let them get purple, so that we can have blue tiles on the board, so we can, you know, get everything cycling and going. And as per usual, I'll let my matches do the talking. All right. Well, I hope you noticed a couple things that Super-Skrull does do as well with his mimicking the powers of the Fantastic Four. He adds blue tiles up on the board as well. So yeah, using that along with Namor, hey, win win win. As far, well, I really don't have anybody to pair up with Super-Skrull because, well, he's a jack of all trades, master of none. So I guess it's a good thing or a bad thing, depending upon how you look at it. But that's gonna end this video here. Ironic, well, they're not really ironic because everybody uses ironic wrong, including me. Our next Crash of the Titans, coincidentally enough, happens to be with the Invisible Woman. So yeah, there is again, Invisible Woman classic, Super-Skrull classic. So that's the naming convention behind the both of them. So we'll take a look at Invisible Woman, all of her powers, and hopefully formulate a strategy on how to defeat an opponent. I think it's Quicksilver, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is Quicksilver. But the strategy is very simple. Just go invisible. But we're gonna get into more detail when that video takes place. So thank you all for watching. Be excellent to your fellow human beings, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day whenever it is that you watch it. Peace.